So back up to the start. For the Diamond Jubilee Challenge Cup, take 2. This time we are looking at Latymer Upper School. Their B crew.
And Latymer.
So their D crew earlier.
When I see that you are
Headington School, the might of Headington School, the Oxford-based
like this.
school, coached by Ryan Domain, and they are on the right of your picture with their distinctive
Get ready, please.
blue blades. Latymer Upper also row with blue blades. So let's just get my stations right. That's Latymer Upper in the buck station, so they are on the right of your picture, and Headington School, same colour blades, on the left of your picture.
Attention!
So Headington on the Berkshire station on the left, and it's Latymer Upper School B crew on the right of your picture on the Buckinghamshire station. Good clean start. And there's Latymer Upper School. We saw a shot of Dorian Matthews in the stroke seat. The camera's switched now to look at their opposition, Charlotte Baker, the 17-year-old who is stroking in her first Henley Regatta this year, studying A-level biology, geography and economics. Cracking race,
yeah, out past the end of the island, and Headington have a small lead, but you wouldn't say a commanding lead at this stage. Both crews have got some really strong technical aspects. Latymer nearest to us have got a great patience in the middle of the stroke there. Headington on the left of the picture now, a little bit more aggressive but well connected. That's taken them out to a length lead. We're looking now for Latymer to take a look round, see what's happening to them and respond. And if they don't do that soon, the Henley's going to be over quite quick.
So this is Latymer Upper School Boat Club B crew. And, they've got 3 crews. They qualified 3 women's quads in this event. And now looking at the stroke of that crew. Very nice rhythm.
I think they've been holding distance there for the last 20 or 30 strokes. They're reckoned to be the fastest B crew in the country. This crew from Latymer Martin. Unfortunately, they're up against an A crew from Headington, so they're properly up against it.
I think one of the examples of this event at Henley is it revolutionising women's junior rowing. Is that you've got 3 crews from Latymer Upper School. Well, I mean, Latymer Upper School was a boys' school that went co-ed a few years back, and it's now got an amazing boys rowing program and an amazing women's rowing program as well, and that really is phenomenal for a club which of that size. And I think the motivation for these young women to race at Henley, for the coaches to produce crews, is just really so important.
And the calibre as well. These quads coming down, they're easily as good as the club quads that are coming down in the senior events from a technical perspective. These young women will have been rowing for 2-3 years maybe, and they've worked blooming hard to get to the standard so quickly. Just to have made the cut to race here is actually now a very, very creditable standard.
So we're riding there with Latymer Upper School B boat. That's Dara Matthews in the stroke seats, and you can see the pain on Phoebe Ransom's face behind her in the 3 seat. The tall figure of Ramin in the 2 seat. Lloyd at bow, and they have really got their work cut out to hang on to the tails of this very slick Headington quad. There, as the camera pans out, we see the women in blue, all-in-ones from Headington School with a comfortable lead. Charlotte Baker, the 17-year-old stroke, set a great consistent rhythm down the track. Lucy Pullinger, 17-year-old behind her. She's raced in the Headington 8 for the last 3 years, and this will have been the focus of her season.
Yeah, and what I like about Headington, how Headington are sculling, is the leg connection, the synchronicity of those knee drives, those great shots that we were getting from the stern there, and you could see, you know, four pairs of legs in synchronicity with each other and also with the boat. When you see the legs going down at the same time as the boat is surging, you know that leg drive is having a direct effect, and that none of that has been wasted.
Yeah, Ryan Domain, the coach of Headington, has done so much good for junior women's rowing, not just at Headington School, where the programme, he's moved now to Director of Sport, I think, at Headington, but the programme there is fantastic. The sports science that they use is just so impressive. And Ryan has coached many young women in the British junior teams at all levels, and the way he prepares that school's programme has been an example, I think, to many of the coaches working in school rowing up and down the country. Headington probably used to be, I think, the unbeatable in terms of women's crews. They had that sort of spell, didn't they, of 3-4 years where they were the top school before they got overtaken by the likes of Henley Rowing Club, which didn't come down earlier. Still very, very strong. So we now have about 500 metres left as the crews come past Upper Thames Rowing Club and Remenham Club, which are one of the social clubs along the banks of the Thames. There's the women's quad from the Latymer Upper School, their B crew. They have never stopped really trying to hang on to Headington, but you can see at the moment, I mean, how much is that? They're in the puddles of Headington now, aren't they?
They are. Headington can see them. Headington are sending puddles their way. Headington, though, haven't dropped their rate. They haven't relaxed that much. You know, Latymer should be proud that they're keeping them under that bit of pressure and making them race the whole way down the course, tiring them out a bit for the next round. Yeah,
the umpire's kept his flag in his pocket, but I guess, you know, Headington are out in the centre of the course. I mean, that's exactly where I'd want to be in terms of, you know, if I was steering a boat in this competition, I would want to be out there in the centre. And that's the bow woman there, you can see, of the Headington crew, Hannah Hornby. She's really steering a great course because she's sending those puddles down. The umpire said nothing, and the Latymer crew are just a little bit in their wash. Lovely course. How hard is it to steer down this Henley course?
It feels a lot narrower when you're in the middle of it than it can look from the bank or on these pictures, Martin. Sometimes it feels like you're rowing down a canal rather than a lovely broad course, especially when you're going half leather and you can only devote about 1% of your brain to the steering. But it isn't troubling Headington now. They are right in the middle. They've got an acre of room to either side of them, and their puddles, as you say, are going right underneath Latymer's bows now.
So Headington come up to the finish in this heat of the Diamond Jubilee Challenge Cup. Comfortable victory for the Oxford School ahead of their rivals from the Chiswick-based school, Latymer Upper, their B crew. Well done to you. Great race, girls. And I'm going to say goodbye for now to Anna Watkins, and thank you for her incredible expertise this afternoon.
Thanks, Martin. Always enjoyable to sit next to you for a little while.
We never did get to talk about the afterburners.
Maybe Sunday with the afterburners day.